Abilities are a key component of competitive Pokemon, capable of determining the result of a match, as well as whether a Pokemon lives or faints. Each Pokemon has about 2 abilities on average, with the exception of most legendary and mythical Pokemon. Pokemon are often released with a fixed set of abilities, but weaker Pokemon have found themselves receiving gracious buffs in the form of new and improved abilities, in order to strengthen their competitive viability. A lucky few even boast signature abilities, a unique ability exclusive to them and their evolutionary lines, at least until they're redistributed. In this video, we'll be sifting out the lesser used from the premium batch of signature abilities and analysing why players typically opt not to run them. Power Spot is the signature ability of the single-stage Pokemon Stonjourner. Both Stonjourner and its counterpart Eiscue received signature abilities upon their introduction, but one was clearly superior. And just to hint, it was not Power Spot. Power Spot increases the power of moves used by a Pokemon's allies by 30%, with no other effects. Stonjourner itself doesn't receive an edge boost, meaning this ability is essentially useless in single battles. Power Spot's application is far too niche to be ever used in a doubles battle, since it serves no purpose if your teammate is a utility Pokemon, like a Trick Room or a Tailwind Setter, or a passive stall Pokemon. And Stonjourner's frailty on the special side means it fails to literally any special type you throw at it. Clefairy has the ability Friend Guard, which reduces damage from incoming non-contact moves to its allies by 25%. A significantly better ability since it indirectly enhances your teammate's bulk. Above that, even non-offensive utility Pokemon can appreciate. Clefairy is also a better Pokemon in general, since its pure fairy typing is amazing defensively, and it's decently bulky when holding the Eviolite item. Overall, you could possibly make a team revolving around a powerful spread attacker, like Terapagos or Calyrex Shadow, paired with Power Spot Stonjourner, but its niche application and Stonjourner's inherently poor stats as a support Pokemon make it unlikely to ever succeed. Both Unova and Galarian Darmanitan share the signature ability Zen Mode. Zen Mode is an intriguing ability, transforming the user's form into Zen Mode when it falls below 50% of its max HP. Zen Mode Unova Darmanitan possesses a new Fire and Psychic typing, as well as redistributed stats, most notably a raise in its special attack and a drastic decrease in physical attack. Interestingly, Unova Zen Mode's newfound defensive bulk attributes to a higher base stack total than regular Darmanitan by 60 points, converting it from a fast physical wall breaker to a slow and tanky special attacker. Although Zen Mode Darmanitan could see success in Trick Room teams if it was an entirely separate Pokemon, most optimal Darmanitan sets preferred running its primary ability Sheer Force for greater damage output. Zen Mode was simply too unreliable for many reasons. Firstly, you had no control over when Darm enters Zen Mode, meaning the transformation could catch you by surprise and lead to struggles against specially defensive Pokemon like Umbreon or Cresselia, or faster Pokemon like Excadrill that could easily KO it now that its speed has been reduced. Secondly, EV distribution is difficult, since you'd be forced to invest in Darm's physical and special attack, as well as its speed and bulk to accommodate Zen Mode. The solution was straightforward, not to use Zen Mode at all. Darmanitan saw great success as an all-out physical attacker with Choice Scarf, while Zen Mode builds were next to non-existent. Game Freak seemed to rectify this in Generation 8 with the introduction of Galarian Darmanitan Zen Mode form, a Fire and Ice type with absolutely monstrous min-max stats. Its purpose didn't stray far from base Galarian Darm, as an even faster and stronger physical attacker. This meant no special attack or HP investment was required, and Galarian Zen Mode even gained stab on fire type moves, thanks to a unique Fire and Ice type combination. Sadly, as cool as this transformation was, Zen Mode Galarian Darmanitan was simply outclassed by Gida's primary ability Gorilla Tactics, an inbuilt choice band without the drawback of having to fall under 50% of its max HP in order to function. Despite being a splendid ability, Galarian Zen Mode never saw a place in Galarian Darmanitan's sets thanks to the sheer brilliance and competition from Gorilla Tactics. Moving on, we have the signature ability of Greninja, or more specifically Ash Greninja, Battleborn. But before you flood to the comments to rant about how wrong and ignorant I am, hear me out. Ash Greninja is an absolute menace of a Pokemon, and what truly enabled it was this ability Battleborn, allowing base Greninja to transform into Ash Greninja upon killing an opponent. But what if Battleborn existed but Ash Greninja just didn't? Upon Greninja's return to Generation 9, players were flabbergasted to find that their event-exclusive Ash Greninja received nothing but a few pathetic stat raises to its attack, speed and special attack upon getting a KO. You might think that is pretty okay, possibly enough to even make up for the drastic loss of Ash Greninja. But here's the twist, it only activates once per battle. You can't even retain these boosts, meaning that if your opponent decides to send in a counter to Greninja, you'll most likely be forced to switch out and lose these hard-earned stat raises that you have no way of getting back. Ash Greninja was one of Gen 7's most frightening blast cannons, and its absence in place of a few measly stat boosts felt like a cruel joke. Thankfully, Greninja's hidden ability Protein happens to be one of the best in the game, helping Greninja defend its titles as one of the scariest specs attackers in upper tiers, but still leaving players begging for Ash Greninja to be coded into Legend CA. Plus and Minus are the signature abilities of Plasto and Minun, and frankly they suck. Send out your adorable Pika clone duo and do a double battle for that nice special attack raise and watch them get demolished in an instant by a single earthquake that they have no way of effectively preventing, thanks to their poor bulk and lack of strong coverage moves. What truly makes Plus and Minus terrible abilities is their impracticality. The only non-electric types to receive these abilities are the Kling Klang line, all of which are still weak to the omnipresent ground type moves. Also, Plus and Minus have absolutely no effect in single battles, so here's the solution. Just use Lightning Rod instead, for free immunity to electric types and a safe pivot, as well as an equally favourable special attack race. Some other Pokemon that have these abilities include electric types like Ampharos, Manectric and Toxtricity, all of which have better alternatives to rely on. Opportunist is actually one of the best abilities in the game. You copy all stat boosts received by your opponent's Pokemon, meaning a Calm Mind or Swords Dance setup battle will most likely end up in your favour. The best part is that this ability has no drawbacks, it even ignores stat drops received by your opponent's Pokemon. Then this begs the question as to why it has next to no usage. The answer is simple. Opportunist is an exclusive ability to only a single Pokemon, Espatra, and this Pokemon also happens to have access to the ability Speed Boost. Speed Boost is an excellent ability, granting the user a raise in speed by 1 stage at the end of every turn. Espatra learns the move Stop Power, a base 20 power psychic type move that increases in power by 20 for each stat raise Espatra receives. Yes, this move has great compatibility with both Opportunist and Speed Boost, since copied stat boost from the former raises the power of Stop Power, as does Speed Boost at the end of each turn. However, Opportunist can be very unreliable, as you're relying on your opponent for those essential stat raises to raise the power of Stop Power, whereas with Speed Boost, the stat raises are guaranteed, while also making Espatra the fastest thing on the field after a single turn or two, making it more desirable. Opportunist has the potential to be an amazing ability if more widely distributed, perhaps allowing more passive Pokemon to hold their ground against boost sweepers instead of being set up fodder. But its limited distribution is what truly holds it back from greatness. That's it for the video, so please remember to like and subscribe since about 97% of you guys are still not subscribed. Thank you.